and Biden came out and said that he was going to appoint an African American woman to this seat. There are a couple of, I guess, candidates that are perceived to be front runners. Ketanji, Brown Jackson, and Leandra Kruger seem to be the top two. Jackson is 51, Kruger is 45. Kruger is supposedly considered more moderate. I don't know what that means in this context.
I saw she went to Yale and Harvard.
I think they both are, well
some people
educated.
are trying to get the Biden administration to consider somebody not from an Ivy League law school, but
good luck with that.
Oh, how dare you suggest that someone in the esteemed institution of the Supreme Court didn't go to an Ivy League law school?
But it's going to be interesting. We've already seen Ed Whelan. He was the guy who said that Brett Kavanaugh had a doppelganger.
Right.
And
used Zillow records and developed this really elaborate and strange tale.
And of course, we know what Ed Whelan says because the New York Times interviewed him because apparently the guy who stands on the corner, just west of 42nd Street on a soapbox wearing, wearing a diaper and playing a guitar wasn't available. And so,
hey, it's a thong.
Yeah. And so, what's interesting is to see how much of the, I can't believe he's going to make this pick based upon, identity and politics we're going to see. Because I don't know if anybody's noticed, but Amy Coney Barrett, everyone knew that she would be picked. Everyone. And to be clear, she had never been a judge. She had been a judge for what, a year and a half? Was that it?
Yeah.
Now,
it's funny, right? Because it's exactly what you say. The Republic, the Federalist Society has a list of young far-right Catholics that they pick from. And now everyone has to pretend to be sort of outraged at, and Biden. I mean, it's funny when Biden just came out and said that because it's a little old fashioned, right? You could hear Nixon or Reagan even just being like, "Oh, I got to get a woman. We're going to put a woman on there." And then I feel like it was this sort of 90s, 2000s thing where you had to be the best possible jurist, regardless of identity, But now, Biden's a throwback guy, so he's like, "Yeah, we're just gonna do it."
Or you could just come out and say I'm going to figure out who we're going to put on and then just put her on. You don't have to you just got to do it. You don't need to nobody's owed the forewarning that you're going to do the right thing. And, honestly, if it's hard for me to believe that there is one person out there who is the best pick for the Supreme Court. Give me a break.
It's very silly.
It's just absurd. It's absurd.
It's like the sword and the stone.
Yeah, exactly.
Again, that's part of the fan fiction element of it too, right? The lofty way in which this entire process is perceived is so disconnected from the way the rest of us perceive it, especially in the post 9/11 era. And the rest of us have immense disdain for it, as the rest of them are forgive me, masturbating to it. Well, you dropped the F-bomb in the first hour, so I guess. I felt the flood.
I forgive you for it, Emma.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. I just found that. So, I had problems with Ginsburg staying on as long as she did. His was in many ways more reprehensible because he just had a very recent example of why you don't do that.
Exactly.
She was a little bit overconfident. He should have had the ability to look and go oh, I guess that happens. And realize not a good idea.